The Reconquista, the Battle of Covadonga. To know why the Reconquista happened, we must first review the situation. This brings in the Umayyad Caliphate. The Muslim conquest of Spain was done by this caliphate. Muslim forces invaded Spain in the year 711 AD, conquering Iberia in 7 years, fighting the internally weakened Visigothic kingdom. The invading force commanded by General Tariq exploited this weakness, winning the Battle of Guadalete, where Visigothic king Roderick lost his life along with many other royal dignitaries. Tariq would then continue northward, capturing Cordova and areas in Toledo, with little pushback. The Visigoths had primarily focused on their northeastern border and Basque raids, giving the Muslim armies a chance to conquer them relatively quickly. For the next 6 years, Tariq kept moving north, eventually getting to the river Duero, along with his supervisor, Musa bin Nusayr. Many people submitted to their rule to spare the loss of their land. The remaining Visigoths fled north to the Cantabrian Mountains, where Asturias was naturally defended by the terrain. Muslims had a hard time with the Asturians, as they frequently rebelled. Now, what happened to the Visigothic nobility? The surviving nobility fled to Asturias, as it resisted Muslim control. Here we meet Pelagius, a noble related to the fallen king Roderick. Pelagius attracted both Asturs and the remaining Visigoths to his command. The newly found Al-Andalus province with its new administrators brought more conflict and unrest to the region, while the previous two, Tariq and Musa, with the riches of their conquests, were summoned back to Damascus by the Umayyad Caliph. The new administration had doubled down on the jizya tax. This was tax on non-Muslim citizens of the caliphate, causing unrest even more in Asturias, which was continually rebelling. Pelagius had gained some popularity, adding numbers to his guerrilla campaign. The unrest and defiance in Asturias forced the new local governor, Munuza, to retreat south. While all of this was happening in Spain, Duke Odo of Aquitaine struck with a surprising attack, annihilating the Muslim forces in the Battle of Toulouse. The new governor of Al-Andalus, Al-Kalbi, saw that morale was low, so he thought to counter the loss in Aquitaine, he would put an end to the rebellion in Asturias. The Umayyad force under commanders Alcama and Munuza entered the terrain of Asturias in the early summer in the year 722 AD. Pelagius only had a few hundred men at the time, so he chose guerrilla tactics to make the most of his men against the hordes of the caliphate. Pelagius and his men set up defense in a narrow valley close to the village of Covadonga. Alcama then sends an envoy to Pelagius, requesting surrender. Pelagius denied this offer, and Alcama then marched his best men into the valley. Asturian fighters who had been hiding on the slopes attacked with arrows, stones, and other projectiles. Much of the force hid in caves until the time was right. The Asturians then ran out of the caves down into the narrow valley in a rapid attack, with Pelagius leading. The Muslim forces could not get out of the valley in time and were slaughtered, leaving a handful of men to retreat uninjured. Victory! As a result of this victory, Pelagius grew quickly in popularity around Asturias, gaining support of Galician and Asturian nobles, reinforcing his guerrilla troops with more soldiers and supplies. In the later months, with much greater numbers, Pelagius defeated another Umayyad force, moving through the Asturian valleys, securing the independence of the Asturias. A new kingdom with Pelagius chosen as king, which became a safe haven and beacon for all Christians in Iberia under Al-Andalus to flee from persecution and unjust treatment.